Peace, good people. It is your friendly neighborhood malls back once again with another late um, episode of The Breakdown. This is my YouTube series where I break down the lyrics and give a little bit of the backstory and the context behind songs from my new album, A Subtle Reminder, produced entirely by Sharp Cuts. You can get A Subtle Reminder anywhere you get your music, your Spotify, your Tidal, your Apple Music, what have you. I do have it available on Bandcamp, malls.bandcamp.com. You can get that. I do have a few physical copies available, so you can grab that on CD. Get this dope artwork done by DJ Jazz Pants in your life and the little liner notes. Get more information about the album. Today, we're getting into the home stretch. Today, we are going to be talking about the song Quick 16 featuring Sharp Cuts.
Quick 16, just a quick 16. Hey, yo, Sharp, go and hit him with a quick 16. Just a
quick 16 is Sharp Cuts' brainchild. When I decided that Sharp and I were going, or when we agreed that, we would work together and do this album, in my head, I kind of wanted Sharp to have a song that was just him on it, without me on it. Kind of like how Ghostface is on Only Built for Cuban Links, and he has a solo on Raekwon's album. Sharp also had a solo on the album he produced for Precise Politics called Leave You Where I Find You. I kind of wanted to do something in the same vein. Sharp really wasn't feeling that idea. He was like, hey man, this is your project. I don't want to overstep or whatever. But he did have this song already made. I don't know if he specifically made it to have me on it in mind or made it for my album, but he played the song, and I love that it's just a break. It's just a drum break, and he's just going in. He already had the verse, and I just loved it. I've always liked songs like that, and it's not really a novelty song, but it's kind of along the lines of what I would say What by a Tribe Called Quest, the song on Low End Theory before Scenario. Like, it's kind of like one of those songs where it's an actual song, a full song, but it's just a little left of center of what you're normally doing on the album. And this is what that song was to me, at least. Sharp set it off, and it was just really dope. I come in with the second verse. I wrote my verse for maybe a year before. Actually, yeah, I do have the rhyme pad here with my verse. So it was a little over a year before I released the album. So it was May 2022. Sharp already had his first verse up there, so I had my second verse, or my first verse, which was the second verse of the song. And looking back on it, I kind of wished I had a different flow on it, but at the time, I was just kind of loving the way I was on the beat at that time. But this will be a really quick one because I only have one verse. But I started out with "Sorry for the wait. When I'm cooking in the lab, ain't no time to waste. Got a Walmart budget with designer taste. Never broke the bank, but it got a minor scrape." And that was just like, okay, this song is not, it doesn't have a theme. It's just going in with rhymes. So I'm just saying some dope fly shit. The "Sorry for the wait" is just, I like to take my time in between releasing albums. I'm not one of those guys that's going to put out an album every 4 months. You're not going to get that from me. I like to take my time and make something that will be listened to for, a great length of time, and not just something to hold you over until my next thing comes out in a couple of months. That's just kind of my preferred way of working. I have done the releasing something every month thing, kind of earlier in my career with Alpha Male Society and even my solo stuff while I was in Alpha Male Society. And I just don't want to work at that breakneck speed anymore, because I feel like for me the quality control will go down. So sorry for the wait. When I'm cooking in the lab, ain't no time to waste. So when I am working on music, I don't like to waste motion. Like, there's no time to waste. I like to maximize my time. Got a Walmart budget with designer taste. Like, I'm not balling, but I like nice shit. You know, Never broke the bank, but it got a minor scrape. Like, because I'm not balling, I don't have much expensive stuff, but it got a minor scrape. So it might do a little damage to my pockets, but that's, relative. The next four lines are, I'm a black militant doing my due diligence. Know I'm top 5 regardless who's feeling it. Don't need a crown to know my reign's imminent. Niggas play roles but bear no resemblance. I'm definitely pro-black, kind of leaning towards the more militant side. Doing my due diligence, I'm doing my due diligence to give you the dopest music possible, essentially what that is. Know I'm top 5 regardless who's feeling it. I think I've said it on this, show a bunch of times, and if you've had conversations with me, like, I feel like I'm one of the best rappers. Like, I feel like, if somebody were to tell me, Miles, you're in my top 5, I would be honored, I would be humbled, but I wouldn't be surprised, So if you like it or not, I feel like that's where I am. And if you are a rapper, you should also feel like that. I think I've said this in the last video. Don't need a crown to know my reign's imminent. I don't need the crown on my head to know that I'm on top of this shit. Like, just the same as I don't need validation to know that I'm dope. I don't need that crown. You don't have to crown me. I've crowned myself. That's how I feel about it. And then niggas play roles but bear no resemblance. Like, people try to play in this indie musician lane, and they try to, play dope lyricist and bar king and all that stuff. But like, the real ones know. Like, you could kind of see through it. And again, the song is just popping shit. It's just being fly. It's all of that. So these lines, when I say these things, they're not directed at anyone specifically. But, if you are a fellow rapper and you're watching this and you've heard the song, like, I know people like that. So the next 4 lines coming after that are, they don't fit the mold. This a unique piece, I don't bend or fold. A real stand-up dude, you could rent your soul or go dumb over beats but stay in control. So again, going back to these cats don't bear resemblance, they don't fit the mold. The mold that was made when they made me, you can't fit that. This is a unique piece. This is one of one. I am one of one. It's a unique piece. I don't bend or fold. Like, I'm very steadfast and I'm on my shit. Like, you're not gonna knock me off my square. A real stand-up dude, you could rent your soul. I go dumb over beats but stay in control. Like, I like to think I'm a stand-up dude. I think if you ask anybody who knows me, they'll say like, Miles is a good dude. Then the last 4 is, paid dues, now reaping the fruit. The return on investments of seeing it through. Stay booked every year, got features to do. Just a quick 16, good evening to do. So, again, it's not a whole lot of science behind this verse. Like, it's literally a quick 16 bars. Like, that's what Sharp told me to do, and that's what I did. So it was probably the quickest verse I wrote for this album. So, I say I paid dues and now I'm reaping the fruit. I'm still paying dues. So I paid dues in the past, and my entire career I've been paying dues, and I'm still doing it. But I'm reaping the fruit of those dues that I paid and that work that I put in from the years past. And in the future, I'm going to be reaping the benefits of the dues that I'm currently paying now. It's the return on investment for seeing it through. So that time, the not going and doing something that I wanted to do because I wanted to finish this verse, the time it takes to work on this album and give you quality music, the time it takes to go to shows and support people, the time it takes to, go back and listen and study the classic albums and, new albums as well, and try to keep my craft, sharp. That's seeing it through, and I'm getting that return on investment. I stay booked every year. I got features to do, so I'm always on the road. Even though less now, but I'm consistently on the road doing shows. I do features, which I just did a feature for the homie Jamal Matters. Shout out to Jamal Matters. I did a couple of other features for other people. And again, just a quick 16. Good evening, do. That's just me signing off. When I did that verse and I laid it down, me and Sharp was like, man, this is dope. Like, and I was like, still trying to push Sharp to like, okay, I want you to have a solo song, but I know you don't want one. How about you do another verse on this song? And he kind of was like, okay, well, it fits for this song. So we worked out a little kind of quasi bridge where we just went back and forth saying a quick 16. And then Sharp came in with his verse, and I love the way he ended that verse. The last line of that verse was so Sharp Cuts. That is Sharp Cuts as an MC. Go fuck yourself, God bless, and good night. I loved it. It's one of my favorite songs. It's a really fun song to do. And even though Sharp and I have performed, like we performed Come Again before, I kind of wish we had done Quick 16. Like, that would have been really fun. So, this was a short one. I may record another episode right after this one. So, the next episode, which will drop next week, if you see me wearing the same shirt, it's because it's the same recording session. I have more shirts than this. But once again, a subtle reminder, produced entirely by Sharp Cuts, featuring Sharp Cuts on 2 of the tracks. Featuring Precise Politics on one of the tracks, featuring DJ Myth doing cuts on one of the tracks. Available everywhere you get your music. If you're a real one, you'll get it from moles.bandcamp.com. I will have links in the description below this video where you can get it from Bandcamp, or you can choose your streaming service of choice and get it from there. Add it to your playlist. Put your friends on. You know what I'm saying? If they appreciate dope hip hop, if they appreciate dope lyrics and dope beats, man, please put your friends on, because I know you guys are watching this and like you rock with Malls. If you really rock with Malls, then you need to get other people to rock with Malls too, because that's how we keep these videos coming. That's how I keep the music coming. That's how I keep the lights on, so to speak. So with that being said, I'm out of here. Gonna do that next track in a little bit. Peace.